Today I am going to post the video in English because it's the most wanted content and it should be beneficial for all those who didn't know Tamil. See, I am going to show one craft. I am not going to make any craft today. I am just give the explanation of how to do this craft. This is the most used DIY book for kids. We made it by ourselves. For that just we need only one simple thing. We want this craft felt sheet. It should be we buy in different colors, not sufficient for buy a single color. We can buy it for different colors. It's like a craft felt sheet. We can buy it 1 meter for, I think I bought this for 30 to 40 rupees. So you can buy this craft felt sheet in different colors. Minimum 1 meter is enough for making this book. And I made this book when my kid was 3 years old. It's a very useful DIY book. This book is useful for kids. We must engage the kids in one place. This book is very useful to teach the activities in one place. For that we need one more thing. This is the glue gun. Just we insert that glue in that and we keep that junction point in that junction and we switch on that. It started melting. We can instantly paste all the things using this glue gun. Now I am going to show how to make this DIY book for kids. In that first page, I just paste that velcro, two velcros. I have taken the two velcros and I paste it using the glue gun. The same size we cut it and paste it on the opposite side of the car. And this is the wheel. How I made this, I just stitched that buttons and I cut that black color craft felt sheet to give that same wheel look appearance and put the hole inside of the wheel and we just insert the wheel using the button. It looks exactly wheel shape. We just make the kids to paste this car. It is helpful for him or her to use this car. I made it in different shapes. This is the truck. It engages our kids to think and paste it. And this is the one more car. The same thing I did it, but the only different thing is I cut into two pieces. The kids have to think which one is coming first and which one is coming second. So it helps them to think automatically. Then the next page is I taught this shapes to the baby when he was in 3 years old. So whatever shape you want, you just draw. One thing you have to keep it in mind before you going to make the shapes. You take the craft felt sheet. For this paper is dark colors and alternate colors you use these shapes. Okay, don't take same color craft felt sheets. And for the shapes what I used, this is the correction pen. We always write it, if somewhat we write it wrong means we just make the correction on the correction pen and we overwrite on that paper. That's the correction pen I used here. I just mark this correction pen in different shapes and the same shapes I cut the craft felt sheet. Before I'm going to paste this, I just cut that velcro papers. We can buy it from Amazon or any craft shop. We stitch or we just apply that glue gun on the both side. Instantly we want to do this means we apply the glue gun. Otherwise you have the time to do patient means you just stitch it. One thing before you notice, see the mistake usually we made this on using this craft felt sheet. If we cut the velcro is not a proper shape in both sides means it not paste properly. So this is the one thing we have to keep it in mind. And we make our kids to paste it on the shape size. If the proper velcro, if the proper white correction pen is not, that means you have to draw it one more time to get that perfect impression. We ask kids to paste all this. They continuously do means they will know how to play this game. And one more thing, I did it on the bottom of the craft felt sheet. See, this is the holder. We can collect all the shapes and we store it on that place before we start this activity. We ask our kids to take all the shapes outside, and we ask kids to paste all the things on the appropriate shape. Next craftware sheet is I made it as a rabbit. See, this is the rabbit, and for this rabbit mouth I made it on the zip. How I made it, just I cut the zip in rabbit mouth size, and I also draw that rabbit on which shape you want. If you want small rabbit means you cut small shape craftware. If you want big rabbit means you cut that craftware sheet into big size. According to that rabbit size, we cut the zip, and I also made the same basket in the craftware sheet. Usually rabbit loves to eat carrot, so I make the rabbit food as carrot. Usually how my baby is playing this game, rabbit is hungry, so I want to give food to rabbit. I am taking carrot from the basket and I am going to give the food for rabbit. Yum 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 yum, it's so yummy. Finished. This is the game usually my baby playing. You also do the same thing. This is the craftware sheet, and the craftware sheet for the carrot green shades I applied that green marker on the edges of the border, and this also gives the exact carrot look. Okay, the next page is the most interesting page. This is from numbers 1 to 10. I made this activity. You just take the thread, any small objects, buttons or anything, you just take this. Inside that whatever thing you have taken, inside the thing it must be on one hole. So then only you have to tie using that thread. You just write it on the permanent marker, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 till number 10. For that number 1 you have to just tie that one thing. For that number 2 you have to tie the two things, whatever you taken. I am taken here beads, different color beads. See, did you notice one thing? For that one I put only one color. For the 2 the both colors should be in same size. For the 3 the both colors should be in same size. So the same thing I have repeated on the numbers. You ask the baby to count how many number it is. What? How many beads are there? 1. Then you have to tell that baby to count all the things from 1 to 10. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. This is the same pattern we followed in abacus. The same thing I tried to do this DIY book. That's it. I hope you enjoy this video. You also want to do the same DIY book for your baby. You just apply these ideas and you make the book on your own. Thank you.